What's happening, guys? Ryan here. Not inside Espey's gym, inside my recording room. And we're going to talk a little bit today about this new segment. We're just going to call it the Wednesday Arm Wrestling News. This is the first episode. So I'm going to talk about, this is going to be by myself to complement my own channel. Of course, my other show being Arm Crossfire with Espey and Gobby. But every Wednesday, I'm going to put out a short video. We're going to talk about what happened on the previous weekend in arm wrestling and what's happening in the next few days and into the future with arm wrestling. So the big news from last weekend that's noteworthy was we saw a super match with the left hand, and we had Tom Nelson versus Robbie Toby. And what we saw was Robbie show up in form that we haven't seen him in quite some time, and basically took that match in dominant fashion. Now, I understand Tom's been nursing some injuries, so he was planning on calling yours truly out had he won that match. That didn't happen, but reading some of his comments following the match, there are some wins in different forms for Tom Nelson. And Tom, I hope you're getting healthy, and maybe you and I can get together for that match real soon. In the meantime, Robbie, if you're looking for a challenger, coming up this weekend, guys, we have the Mansas Challenge. So this was an event that was done quite a bit ago, where yours truly and Kane Hemsing came up with an event where it pitted a series of Manitoba arm wrestlers versus Saskatchewan arm wrestlers in a super match card. So it's come back to Manitoba this year, and there's a whole bunch of matches that have been made. So we got Bryce McMillan versus Brad Esmond. With the left arm, Bryce from Manitoba, Brad from Saskatchewan. We've got Jaden Majensky versus Clayton Turcotte with the left arm. So the first name I say will be the Manitoba guy. The second will be the Saskatchewan guy. Stan Scott versus Brandon Olofsson, right arm. Justin Pagdato versus Clayton Turcotte, right arm. Mark Thomas versus Dalton Shaw, right and left. Charles Penner versus Joel Hansen, right and left. Justin Thomas versus Sheldon Short, right and left. And it was supposed to be Derek Penner versus Steve Gaber, right and left arm. Derek had to pull out of the match, so I have stepped up and I will face Steve Gaber, right and left, and hopefully clinch the title this year for Manitoba. Following that match, though, or following those super matches, we have the champion of the table, Quest for the Sword, which is an event that's been around for many years in Manitoba. And on off years where it's Mansask is hosted in Saskatchewan, we still have it. But basically, it's your standard tournament with an overall championship, and the winner of the overall right and left men and women go home with a full-size replica sword. So it's a pretty cool award. I have a few of them myself. Last year we saw lightweight guys manage to take out the heavyweight guys and take home a sword. It's a really cool event. So for a whole day of arm wrestling, the Mansas Challenge, followed by Quest for the Sword, champion of the table. And that's the 7th champion of the table. Doubles Fun Club. Check out the Manitoba Arm Wrestling Association's Facebook page for more information. Five minutes, that's it. Also happening this weekend, another big event is the North American Arm Wrestling Challenge. Some really cool awards, some great prizes, and put on by the AAA, the American Arm Sport Association in Aurora, Illinois. So if you're in the area, I strongly encourage you to check out that event. It looks like it's going to be a great event. I believe there are belts up for grabs, and there's some cash up for grabs as well. So check out the AAA Facebook page for more information on that event. Now I want to talk to you guys about an upcoming event that's been scheduled for Alberta. It's a ways away, but before we get to that, I want to talk to you about what I received in the mail just a couple days ago. Lion straps. So these are new straps, heavy duty plastic buckle, really heavy duty, soft material, nice and long. And we're going to look for a review for those pretty soon. Aside from what I've just said, I'm going to see if I can convince the referees for the event this weekend to try out one of these straps. They seem of exceptional quality, and as long as this buckle holds up, they'll be one of the best straps I've ever seen or used. So we'll check it out. We'll try it out this weekend. We'll put them to the test. And you're also going to hear us talk about this strap on CROSSFIRE as well. If you guys haven't already done this, click the subscribe button down below so that you can be notified anytime we put out new content. All right, exciting news, and this is a long ways off yet, but let's talk about it now. Jeff Frank is putting together an event, the 2020 Red Deer Charity Super Match Super Card for the August 8th in Red Deer, Alberta, Charity Arm Wrestling Summer Classic. It's going to be benefiting two charities in Red Deer Ronald McDonald House and Kids Sport in Red Deer. So all money raised from this tournament will be donated back to those great foundations. There's going to be a ton of super matches on this card, and they're still announcing more. So the guest of honor for the event, the Bama Bull, Justin Bishop, is coming up. Two other special guests, myself, make that three other special guests, myself, Mr. Ron Bath, a real legend in the sport, and the Wild Horse Matt Mask. We will be in attendance. My plan is to participate in the tournament and assist in refereeing some of the super matches. I assume that Matt and Ron are going to be doing the same thing, but they will be there at the event. So of these super matches, we have a right-handed match. And this one is interesting because we had Curtis Smashinsky, who had an arm wrestling match with Jeff Frank a couple of weeks ago, and there was some controversy over his antics at the table. And one of the guys that was calling him out on it was Joe Fox. Well, here we have a match now between Curtis and Joe Fox, right-handed super match. Next one, we got the girls, Annie Beals, one of the best Canada has to offer, against another one of the best that Canada has to offer in Angie Rose. Right-handed match number 3, Alan Ford, the Hitman, coming from Ontario, going up against the Destroyer, Chuck Young. Exciting match. Number 4, Kelly Leach, right-handed, versus Dalton Duncan, coming up from Alabama. One of Canada's best against one of the United States' best. Match 5. This one is super interesting for me. You've got one of Canada's legendary super heavyweights in Len Houghton against an up-and-coming super heavyweight in Brian Sitton from Fort Worth, Texas. Number 6, Stephen Marcoux. Stephen, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name, against BLM, Brendan Lemon Mulvihill. Now, BLM versus Stephen is probably a better match than people realize. Stephen is super strong, and he is way bigger than Brendan. Brendan, though, is on a bit of a tear, and he's faced way bigger guys than him before, but Stephen is an accomplished arm wrestler. That match is exciting. Match 7, co-main event, left-handed match between Chuck Young, the Destroyer. He's pulling both arms, but he's facing a tough challenge in multi-Canadian champion Fraser Benoit out of Red Deer, Alberta. And then we've got the main event. We got a left-handed match between Ali Hamadaya. And Ali is a great arm wrestler. He's super intense. And he's going against the Bama Bull, Justin Bishop, and the much bigger version of the Bama Bull, too. So Justin Bishop versus Ali is a great, great matchup. This is an exciting card, and I know it's a long time to wait. And barring no injuries, this card could be one of the most entertaining and the biggest tournament that Canada or maybe even North America has in 2020. So Jeff, congratulations, man. Like, you are putting up a monster card. That's all we got for this week, guys. Tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have some good news from you. We'll talk a little bit about the super match results from the weekend that's coming, and maybe the results and some exceptional performances from the North American Challenge that's happening this weekend. And then we'll talk about what's happening the week later. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Short and sweet, and I'll see you guys next week.